Continuing on with Gamesmaster magazine from August of 1999, we're now on the Shadowgate 64 review. So let's have a look at this. Data format reviewed N64, publisher Nintendo, out now, call telephone number, price £40, players 1, developers Kemco, other formats none. And the reviewer was a guy called Martin Kitts. 64-bit graphics with 8-bit gameplay. Retro's fine by us, but this is just too far past its sell-by date. Yes, folks, they were still complaining about 8-bit gaming, and this console was only less than 2 away from the original NES. Yeah. Some of the earliest computer games were text-only adventure, in which you had to type exactly the right thing, exactly when, and when the computer expected you to. One wrong word or move and the brainless machine wouldn't have a clue what you were up to and would beep and flash question marks at you, tiresome, to say the least. Shadowgate 64 is the modern equivalent of those simplistic, frustrating little games. You have to work your way through a castle filled with hazards, where one false move in almost any room result in your character snuffing it before you even realise you did anything wrong. To get through to the end, you have to figure out exactly what the computer wants you to do and trying to find out way to do it without getting squashed, minced, or drowned. There's only ever one way of solving each puzzle, and the only safe route through the maze of the dungeons and corridors. Absolute anyone could solve it, as long as they know what to do, because there is no real skill involved. Okay? Tempting. Having said that, there is a strange temptation to go back and try the last room one more time after taking yet another unfair pummeling. The eerie atmosphere are worth risking almost certain death. It's like one of those fighting fantasy books where choosing the wrong option means instant defeat. As long as you keep your finger in the page you were on, or in this case, save your game before trying anything new, you can always go back for another go. Worth renting it for a week or so. Yes, folks, you could actually rent games back in that day. Help. To make any progress, you have to be exactly the right place at the right time. It's also essential that you find all the hint books and scrolls. Loads of scrolls means loads of slightly helpful foot tippage and fun stuff. Well, you wouldn't look at that. It was hard. Hadn't read the book, you'd never know. Reading books and computer games? Ooh, whatever next. Yes, indeed. In this game, you get to paddle around with floaters. Okay? Outside the castle, things look much nicer. But how on earth are you supposed to get out there? Looks like someone's had to leave this room in a hurry. Scary, no? It's just eerily quiet. 2. I'm Shadowgate. You see a deep hole, you have a rope in hand. Think you ought to use it? Think again. Unless you use the item the one place was tended to, you'll get an error message. So surely dropping down here without a rope would lead to death incident. Well, no actually, but there is no clues to indicate otherwise. Rubbish. I don't know. Cute. Could it be an ordinary rocking horse, or maybe mutilate into the fearsome wooden hearse o' doom? Or then again, maybe not. This game is steedy. Presentation. A lot of textures are reused, and the way it's too dark, but some of the rooms have nicely realised. Gameplay. Well, it's a matter of looking at the right object and pressing a button. Lifespan. Once you've finished it for the first time, there's nothing else to see again, and no real reason to play it again. The best bit, the dark and spooky locations, some of which are dripping with atmosphere. The worst bit, the instant death situations throughout. Make one more move and it's game over. It shouldn't have even heard a merit of second look, yes, but there is a teensy bit of retro charm about this game. Looks stupid compared to other N64 titles. 55%. If you like this, have a crack at the action-packed Castlevania or try the awesome Legend of Zelda now. Interested. Can't honestly say I know too much about this. There was a game that was very similar called, I think it was Myst, where it was like one frame on the screen. A bit of a puzzle type game, I believe. I could be wrong on that one. I didn't play it. The thing is with the N64 is that I keep hearing, oh, it's retro, it's brilliant, and this and that. At most, the N64 probably had about 5 to 8 decent games. You're talking obviously about the Mario, obviously Super Mario 64, the two Legends of Zeldas, with Majora's Mask being one of them. Obviously GoldenEye, probably the Commander and Conquer. Never played that version though, unfortunately. And there's probably a few others I can't remember off the top of my head, because obviously Lilac Wars, Star Wars, Starwing, I should say, 64. But the thing is with retro gaming, even back then to now, is that there's more of a hype. I mean, I personally wouldn't necessarily want to play the majority of games that are the cream of the crop from the N64 era. Blast Corp, maybe. Let's see, which other games there was that probably come to me soon enough. But apart from that, yes and no. I mean, maybe if I got an N64 disc drive, then I'd probably have a different opinion of it. But all in all, most games on the N64 were quite, well, dull and boring. And obviously the graphics were limited. I mean, I personally would rather have seen more 2D games on it, but that's my opinion. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.